Welcome to POS, the podcast where Bobby and I wonder if guests are going to show up. They don't sometimes, though. It's just him and I. Bobby has flames behind him. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, buddy. This is from the band Stiff Little Fingers, the song Suspect Device.
What?
That's the album cover that was behind me. That's all.
No, but I mean, like, they're called what? Stiff little fingers?
Yeah, they were Ireland's answer to the Sex Pistols
Why did they need an answer?
because they didn't like England. I don't know if you know about Ireland and England. They
I
really don't
do,
get
but I
along.
didn't think that
There's
the
this
Sex
place called
Pistols had a problem with Ireland.
um.
I don't remember any part of their songs where they were mad at them.
Well, since it's punk, they were anti-England.
Right, so they would have liked
by
Ireland.
default, wouldn't Stiff Little Fingers then be pro-England?
In your world, where you think they are the answer to the Sex Pistols. Yeah, I thought they were Ireland's answer to Finger 11.
No, Finger 11 came along way later.
I just meant in the finger game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was paralyzed by that answer.
Yeah, and I would do another joke. That's the only song we all know of them.
I seem to be struck by you.
You're doing other words from the same song.
Yeah, no, I don't know a second one either.
Yeah,
you weren't wrong.
yeah, that's all we know is that one dumb song. Shit, I was about to say that. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I am lost for words. There. We were talking about that.
I do tend to leave people speechless.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting when you went to the finger love thing. I was going to go somewhere, but I forget where I was going. Oh, I guess we took a week off, so
yeah. Even though the last episode I explicitly said I didn't need a week off, turns out I did. I lied to you.
I understood, so I didn't know. I figured if you needed me, you'd message me. And I was like, I was like, I'll take the week off. So I put some other content on the Patreon. Big people know that I was doing this morning thing a little bit.
That's good. I did have like a bit of a concern, and I was hoping you could help me.
I can try.
Okay, because like I've been writing really smart jokes, but the audience isn't laughing.
Are you the second person to write this to me in the last 10 minutes?
No, who did that?
I mean, it feels like a prank. I've been working on my articles again. I haven't done that in a long time, the comedy advice articles. And today I wrote one and put one out, and I shared it in a bunch of comedy groups. Most was received well, but just 10 minutes ago in a Rhode Island group, a guy wrote, I just usually run my jokes by my friends, but they say my jokes are too smart. How do I write my jokes for dumb people? And I was going to write, well, maybe you should just quit and fuck yourself for fucking with me. But I just let it go. And then you went, hey, same joke.
Oh, this wasn't a joke. This was me trying to segue you into a plug. I love the idea of that. Oh, my bad. I was trying to be
Who's listening that's a comic?
Dan Brown.
He saw it.
That's a good point.
And he gets the advice whenever he wants in the car.
I was just trying to plug you. I thought it was actually, I read it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a well-written piece. Like, it was me trying to be nice. I'm sorry.
No.
Me busting your balls. Given that context, I get it.
I can see why no one's hired you to be a spokesman for advertising. It's like, hey, you want your kids to die in a car wreck? Then get this Toyota Tercel. I'm kidding. It's comfortable. You just brought up like you're egotistical and then whatever, and I'm like, okay. And I would never write an article about the audience. It's
about
dumb.
What?
The audience is dumb and I'm smart. I don't think that's an article I would write.
No, it was a clever worded title that got people sucked in.
I didn't write that. You wrote that.
What was the title?
Mine had nothing to do with dumb people or smart people. Why isn't the joke work? I wrote a well-written joke. Why isn't the joke work? I've watched so many. I guess we're gonna do comedy. I'm fine. No, I'm fine with it. I'll do it. I people that do listen, I have fun explaining it. I've been watching a lot of young comic now that I'm back at open mics doing stuff a lot again. I've been watching a lot of young comedians at a mic just staring into their notebook the entire time, like literally trying to like memorize. They have their face down there, memorizing everything, and they just go up and they're just reciting. And the jokes aren't bad, but nobody, and not that we have audiences, but even like myself who's trying to listen, like you don't connect, and they're getting frustrated. They don't know why. And now a lot of it has to do with the fact they're so young, they're not getting a chance to be in front of audiences, so they're not understanding what the feedback really is. But they're also just forgetting about the part where you need to tell a joke and sell a joke and perform a joke. And when I go to, like, last night, I had 3 ideas in my head and I went to an open mic and I was working on the movements and the cadence. And I'm the only one who got laughs at an open mic out of all these people. And yes, I've been doing it longer, but at the same time, other comic I was driving home with, my buddy Andrew, he was like, I'm just not getting a connection. I go, because you're just reciting it. You're talking about things that need emotion. You talk about your uncle having a disease and you're making fun of it. Even then, you should start off by like, oh, God, my uncle, he has this disease. You're like, oh man, you're like, and you make a joke, whatever the disease is. You make the joke.
Yeah.
No one's doing that. They're just reciting it because they're so worried about getting the wording right. And I want to just make the point clear. You're not actors. There's no script. No one knows what the fuck you're saying. And you're not having fun. And it's boring. And you're not going to learn how to sell it. You should be writing the jokes at home and learning how to perform them at the mic. You shouldn't be writing them at the mic or memorizing the mic. So that was the article. It wasn't about being dumb audiences.
No, and my paraphrasing made it seem bad. I didn't take it in that light. And the reason I like the article is it actually kind of leads into a POS story I wanted to do, but we didn't have a guest. And that is, I got feedback on a Saturday show. It was 2 shows back to back. I was with Kevin Dombrowski. I got done with the first set and he gave me some feedback that I got to then try on the next show, which is my favorite thing, right? But it was literally that advice was, I can tell it is painfully obvious to me when you're doing crowd work versus when you're doing your material. Like, you need to figure out how to make it sound. And it was literally the same point you were making. So maybe that's why it hit home to me. But what happened was, we had at the first show 6 people. And at the second show, we had 8 people, 4 of which were lineman-sized African-American gentlemen. And I finished my set and I was trying to do what Kevin said. Raise the energy in my material, but also like incorporate crowd work. And in doing so, I really kind of just attacked the 4 big black men.
Right. Yeah.
Most of my set. I left the show and 2 of them followed me out of the club. And I heard, "Hey, Bobby T." And I turned around ready with a plan. Like, I'm going to cut block the bigger and outrun the smaller.
Yeah. Good plan.
And all they wanted to do was like, "Hey man, that was really fun. Thanks for including us. Like, it could have been easy to quit." And I was like, oh, who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it me for assuming they were going to attack me? Is it them for chasing me out of a club at a very aggressive pace? Is it me for caring when there are 8 people in the crowd? Pat, we'll kick it to you first.
It's none of your options. And I like the guy and he's a good comedian. It's Kevin Dombrowski. That advice is wrong. It's completely wrong. That he's taking one point, we're going to comedy again, but here we go. You know me, I can't. I was
trying to get us. Yeah.
I can't help it. When that advice works well, when somebody's jokes aren't strong and only their crowd work is strong. That because you can't follow your own crowd work. I know a lot of young comics who've gotten very quick and good at doing crowd work, and then they try to tell a joke that hasn't been prepared or worked on enough to seem seamless, and they can't literally follow. So the audience, because there's a difference in style, there's always going to be. I'm a guy that's high energy, and my crowd work and my jokes aren't always at the same level. That would be nuts. I'd be Sam Kinison. Like, I get what he's saying. But what I like about your act is that you write jokes and they're tight. So if you came out of pocket and did a bit of crowd work, it would stick out, but in a good sore thumb, not a bad sore thumb, because it would be an icing on the cake type thing. And you're not going to go off for an hour on it. You're going to make an observation, knowing you more than likely it's going to come back into a joke. I'm going to do the crowd work, but it's going to lead, speaking of, and then you go into this thing. So it would be seamless. Asking you, who's now in the last year really found their point of view and found out where their character comes from, to now change the cadence in your material is going to throw everything off and throw you off. And therefore you're going to roll with the punches, call an audible and yell at giant black men.
Which went well.
I'm not saying it didn't go well. It's a good thing you went your own way. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying weird audience, weird advice. Not saying it's wrong. He was just trying to read it. But also give that advice after the show. Don't put anything in your head before you go up. Let you perform, tell you after. Talk to you, "Hey, Bobby, I watched this, whatever," when the weekend's over. So you are going to now go, he wants me to do that because you're a people pleaser. And a lot of comics are like myself. So we'll take it as I have to do it. He probably just meant, down the road, but you're going to do it right the fuck there.
Yeah. And just without diving too deep into the comedy pool, a couple of factors were I was doing new material. Right. So the timing wasn't quite there yet. It wasn't as polished as usual. There was a lot of fumbling, and there are 6 people. So my crowd work was real boom, 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 machine gun pace. And then, so like, and I don't think he even realized he was giving the advice, if that makes sense. It was just, we were kind of chatting and it came out, so
Right,
you
but
nailed it. I get where you're coming from. And when I do advice, I make sure I wait until everybody's done performing, or, even if something's wrong, I won't bring it up until after the show because I don't want to get in somebody's head.
but now that you said there's only 6 people and it was whatever, I wouldn't have said shit. Who cares? You're supposed to open mic that. It's 6 fucking people. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to work on new material and then try crowd work. You're practicing.
And there are, other than you though, there aren't many people I talk shop with. So I appreciate, that's kind of our friendship. So I get what you're saying.
I get it, but if you're gonna bring it to the fucking guru, I'm gonna fucking knock it down. Like, I'm sorry.
It is weird that all the people I talk shop with are bald with mustaches.
Yeah, that's what we are. Well, Bobby.
Well, what?
I mean, do you talk to the mirror?
No.
Good, because
the mirror.
You're also bald with a mustache.
We've gone onto a great path. What's your mirror look like?
Me.
Okay, you don't have anything like on there written or anything.
No, I meant literally. You said bald people with a mirror with a mustache, and you're bald with a mustache.
Oh no, I got that. It just hurt, and I was trying to change the subject.
Oh, why is it hurt?
Because I'm bald.
So am I. It's beautiful. We're
how old are you?
But I was bald then too. I've been doing this for a while.
I've been doing this since I was 15.
By the way, the thing I blanked out in my head, I'm back to it. ADHD, thank you. When you brought up that band, I was going to say to you, the Ruth, who is the producer for the guests on Chaz and AJ, is very excited because she shares a favorite band with you, and she's getting them to come into the studio. Foxy Shazam is coming.
Dude,
and I told her, I said, my podcast buddy, Bobby, she's like, oh my God, someone else likes them. And I'm like, yeah. So I was like, dude, I'm pretty soon. They're going to be at Toad's place in New Haven. They're opening for someone else, which is hilarious.
Okay.
But it's, they're going to be there. So she hasn't out guaranteed it, but she's setting it up. So I will let you know, but they are going to be coming in studio again.
Well, if she wants me to text Eric, let me know. Who's she open to get in? All of them?
I don't ask that many questions.
Okay. Well,
more than likely, no. Unless they play something, we usually allow one person to talk.
Okay, I'd bring Eric and Alex. I know a lot of people are going to root for Eric and Bubbles, but I would be an
no
Eric
one's going to root for
myself.
anything. The last time she mentioned this, even she made a name up. She did female toe wrestling and some like skit thing we did, and she called herself Foxy Toe Jam, and no one knew what the fuck it.
I don't like this Ruth person anymore.
She was just so excited to know that I knew 2 people now that like that band.
They're a great band. The issue is new albums are great. Do you think we'd have more smoke?
Hold on, are you all right? Take a breath.
No.
I can talk. You take a breath. You don't have to continue talking. You are choking to death, my friend.
Speaking of that, R.I.P. Crip. But do you think we'd have more followers if I stopped choking every podcast we did?
No, we'd have more followers if you actually promoted the podcast. Anyway,
I have been. I've been liking your.
You like mine. You don't share it. You don't let other people know about it. I can say this to you here because no one's watching. But like,
it is our show meeting.
Yeah, this is basically what this is anyway. We talked about the things I didn't want to talk about. We did that. So, since you were off for that week, I tried to stay super busy. I had a lot of things going on. I did get to headline Stress Factory, so it was a whole weekend, which was kind of cool. It was tentatively 4 shows. I mean, the way it happened was that they hit me up last second, so they knew I couldn't promote it. They only had a week and a half, so we did 2 shows instead of 4, which, in my head, money-wise, I'm like, it stinks, but whatever. Decent turnouts for both shows, but it was fun. I enjoyed myself. It was cool to do it. But the big part that came out of this, as people follow me on social media will know this already, but so the Saturday before, I was with my buddy Dion. I was doing my show I had in West Hartford. And when I left there with him, he was like, hey, I didn't tell you this before, but because he lives near like Bridgeport, Milford in Connecticut, like it's a big 91 meets 95, all those areas there. And he's like, Stress Factory put you on the billboard. Like, so you're on the highway, the giant billboard, you're right there. He was like, you want to, I know it's 10 minutes out of the way or 15 minutes. You want to drive there, take a picture of it. And I was like, nah, I appreciate it. I'm good. So he gave me the whole little speech that he likes to give me. He's like, all right, man, enough of this. I'm humble or nothing matters. Fucking, you're on a billboard. Go with me, take a fucking picture, show it to your kids, be proud of yourself for the achievements you do in life. Give me those speeches. I'm like, it's just, I'm tired. It's a long night, whatever. So I get home. He goes and drives there anyway, then sends me a picture and goes, dude, I took it for you anyway. And I'm like, good thing I didn't go with you because they spelt my name wrong.
No way.
Yep. In front of fucking, it's OATS. It says Pat Oates OATS and then TJ Miller, whatever his dates were. It's on 5 different billboards. It is in personally Labor Day weekend. Thousands upon thousands of people see this. So even when I get nice things, I still get kicked in the ass. Yeah, name spelt wrong.
That's hilarious. I
didn't get upset. I didn't complain to them because you know what? It's still fucking cool. At the end of the day, it's my head. I'm still there. It's a name thing, but it's just funny.
I mean, is that your biggest? You might want to just get rid of the E, dude.
No, I will not. So I'm not gonna, because that brings back all my elementary school fucking terror of Quaker oats, honey bunches of oats, horses eat you. It was terrible. Only when people knew how to spell it did they graduate to calling me Hall & Oates.
That, you know what? That wouldn't be as bad.
It isn't as bad. Hall & Oates is way better. Not a horse eats you.
Hey, Garfunkel.
Yeah.
They're calling you the shittier.
Imagine they spelt that without the E.
Oh,
just Garfunkel. Also last week, there was a corporate whatever, like, you know, the whole staff picnic they had on a Thursday at this like green at like 12:30 in the hold on, is this Brandon? No, it is not. At like 12:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. I knew a lot of staff was going to go. I didn't know how many on-air personnel would go, but there'd be a lot of management or like, you know, salespeople or engineers, something like that. So I was like, it's 15 minutes from my house. I'm like,
might as well
go. They're going to have like a food truck, an ice cream truck. They're going to play like kickball or some shit. I'm like, I'm not really a networking guy. I should probably try to be that. I don't really, a lot of them don't really know who I am because not there during the week when they are. So whatever. I went and it was cool. Like there was a lot of, you know, I talked to some managers and the head of the director of sales and like this. I met the CEO for a second and a lot of them knew who I was. That's where I had to like, it was weird because here I am going, they know who I am, but they all know me as a comedian. And what do old white men like to ask? What's it like being? So all of a sudden I'm the pretty princess.
How do you like it? Yeah.
Right. And everybody's asking me questions, but I feel like I'm being trapped because everybody there is like management and whatever. So they're asking me stories about people, stories I would normally tell and tell well, but would swear and say crazy shit. Where I'm like, is this an HR test the entire time I'm doing it? But they're swearing and they're saying wild shit. I'm like, I know they are, but am I being tested? No, I wasn't being tested, obviously, because once we played kickball, me and this other guy, John, on the other team decided it would only be fun if we started talking mad shit. So we just, he was like, he caught a ball and he goes, yo, if you're going to fuck with the bull, you're going to get the horns. I go, well, I'm going to castrate the fucking bull. I would just scream that. Like, we're just yelling shit. So now it's getting like intense. And now most of the guys in both teams aren't athletic or good. Now, when they drafted people, I was drafted dead last. Like there was a man who was like 65 and has like Homer Simpson hair, and they picked him way ahead of me. So I think they were like
the Tom Brady of this kickball game.
Yeah, I said that. I said to the guy, he goes, "It'll be fine." I go, "Yeah, I guess I'm Mr. Irrelevant." You know, whatever. He's like, "I don't know what that is." Like this proves the whole point. But like, so we play in the game, and people are just bouncing the ball off their tits. Nobody's making a catch. It's like we're down like 10-0 like right away before we even get to go up to the plate and kick, whatever. And I know I really can't kick anymore. I used to be able to, but like because of the bad foot, I can't plant on the other one and kick. But I know defensively I can play in these. We're playing well. We're starting to come back. The game starts to get a little intense. And we're playing monkey ball rules, by the way. So everyone has a different term if you know that, but that's the one where you throw the ball to people and you hit them too.
Yeah.
Right. Some people don't know it is monkey ball. I know it is that. So at one point, a ball is going kind of over my head, but I think I can get it. But I know I kind of have to like not dive, but slide on my knee a little bit. So I do like a Jeter little like slide and make the catch. I was like, oh, and I was like, I definitely skinned my fucking knee. It's still injured, but like it was dirt. I was up, but I didn't give a fuck. Wait, so everybody's like, oh shit, we're all playing hard. So people start like trying a little harder and doing things. But then there was a play where one of my managers, the program director guy, Alan, great guy, he's on third, and there was like a ground ball towards me where I was like short. So he's trying to run home because we have no catcher. So I just go fuck it, and I'm like twice his size, and I just start barreling towards him, and
Oh
I'm
no.
running head. So he's going here, I'm going here. I get like an inch away, and not only do I gun the ball, but I also fucking run him right over, like
Oh
through
God,
him,
no.
get him out, run him out, and then go, yeah, bitch, and like then everybody's like cheering. And like my boss is like, is Alan dead? And I like help him up. He's like, it's fine, but everybody's like, fuck yeah. So I went a little hard.
That's awesome. I was really worried the story was going to end with, and then Alan had a broken hip and
No,
had to have
Alan
emergency surgery.
Allen kept playing, and nobody got really, really hurt. We ended up coming back at the very end of the game and winning on the last play, 14-13, whatever. We had fun. It was a good time. It was I was sweating. Then we were done. We were in the pavilion, and then the guy John goes, "Dude, your leg is bleeding." And I look, and it's like blood pouring from my shorts. I'm like, so I just kind of took off there. I just kind of said bye, but I didn't want because he's like, "Let's show everyone." I'm like, well, I'm not going there because also they were drinking, so
You
like there was
just lick the blood off.
right. Well, I mean, they were drinking, so they're like, "Oh, it's crazy," but like I know later it'd be like, "This guy's showing us his bloody leg," so I'm like, I'll just go
You don't
wash
want
it
to be
off
the
and take
weird
off.
guy. Yeah.
The
Once
weird
everybody
sober
sobers
guy.
up.
I already was doing well. I didn't need to
Yeah.
end up with that.
You
But
you were the MVP of the kickball game. Leave on top, champ.
there was other guys who were the MVP, but I had fun and I was able to loosen up at least and have a good time. So,
I'm glad.
and then I had a show just canceled today for the one Saturday supposed to be in New Hampshire, and that kind of sucks because that's money. So I'm like, whatever. It's like comedy, whatever we're doing. It sucks to find out like 3 days before or whatever.
That makes it real tough, especially
Yeah,
when you're budgeting and all that
that's
stuff.
exactly what I'm budgeting. I'm budgeting that money. And also, Dave Hanson's going to come with me, and he hadn't done comedy in a while. So I was like, we were looking forward to it. He's going to come with me to comics tomorrow to kind of get ready for that. It was going to be fun to go up, and it just kind of sucks that it's gone, but whatever. It'll be fun. So things are going okay. I'm getting enough gigs and shows where it's happening. Even Stress Factory wasn't like good pay, and I'm not shitting on them, but like they paid me the barest the minimum. And I actually thought the bare minimum I was gonna get was a little better than the bare that I did get, but
Oh no.
it's whatever.
Yeah.
They weren't looking to spend the money. They probably had to pay for the room. I get it. They didn't discuss my before. It's my bad for not doing it, but they didn't know it's gonna go on anyway. So
Yeah, it's all you can do, and they didn't even spell your name right. Yeah, I
yeah,
was like, I was gonna go because I thought it was my son, but then I saw the billboard.
it was like no. What did you do during the week besides spin your wheels?
Oh yeah. Um, I have a new hobby. I like to walk around Manhattan and get high.
Is that a new hobby?
No, I was lying. No, I did do that a couple of nights. I went to the Philly Comedy Festival. That was a lot of fun. Got to meet a couple of people I really like. Big J was there. That was really cool. I'm a big fan of his. It was a neat idea, noon to midnight comedy, and they would take like 20-minute breaks to clear the room in between shows, which was cool because it like let people come outside, hang with all the people who just performed, and then go back in. So that was a lot of fun. I didn't really go on any adventures or anything cool. I dumped a cup of water on my computer.
No, on purpose.
No, I was getting ready to like put my pre-workout in to go for a run, and just decided to pour it on the old computer instead. And that just honestly led me to be the hero of the gas station because I was like, I just got to go for a walk since my computer now is broken, right? Like, clear my head. I go to the gas station and I see a wrapped Honda Civic. And what is it wrapped in? The United States Army, be all you can be. And I'm
Nice.
already like, fuck that. So I go in and good
Wait,
old
why are you like fuck that? It's be all you can be. It's the
be
military.
all you could be to drive a Honda Civic?
You got it. You got to be prepared in any situation.
Fuck that. Drive a Lambo. I thought that
Lambo.
we bombed the Japs so you can drive their shitty
That was a
rice
long
burner?
time ago. We owe money to the Chinese now. We owe
So-
trillions of dollars. We don't really have Lambo money anymore.
Fair point. Fair point.
We're Honda Civic money now.
So like that, and like, being a soldier today doesn't necessarily mean what it meant even say 5 years ago. Like it's just not this. And I go in, and of course they're harassing the Indian people who own and work at the gas station, right?
Harassing them?
Yeah, the guy couldn't understand the difference between Marlboro Reds and Marlboro Red Label.
Who the worker or
The worker, he was new.
army? Okay.
He was
Oh, okay.
new.
So he was
So
upset because he asked for one thing, got the other thing.
and then like the guy was trying to understand and they're yelling and the guy's just getting chirpy and it's like, dude, come on. So I just may have pointed out that we fight for oil overseas, not at home. Be all you can be to drive a Honda Civic and die washing money in the Ukraine for the Biden family.
How much of this did you really say?
I said all of this. I was very pissed off. I was looking for literally a gas station fight. Like that would have made me feel
With
better.
a soldier who's in a shitty car? That guy's gonna
Oh,
kill you.
spoiler alert! And I didn't say this part, but I thought it. Like I'm a man. He's killed babies. That's all he's used to.
No.
The beauty about these new soldiers, Pat, is all you got to do is go boogity boogity boo, and then they have a PTSD thing.
No, because he's probably is he young or old?
Young.
Yeah, then he doesn't have PTSD yet, and he's just using drones to kill babies. He's not seeing babies anymore. He can get a drone to kill you from the Honda Civic.
Fuck, I forgot about the drones.
Yeah, they just do drones now.
Can I be honest? The part that irritated me the most, the Honda Civic.
Yeah, I got
Drive a
it.
Mustang. That's literally the joke. Is you enlist and then buy a Mustang? Buy a fucking Mustang. I want a Mustang, and I'm not in the army.
Maybe they're not getting good loan. Maybe he was dishonorable discharge and he stole that car. Maybe he's not even in the army. Maybe he has got a cool rap.
That would be very funny if it was just
Yeah.
stolen valor. An
Yeah.
army recruiter stolen valor.
Like Sergeant Slaughter of wrestling. You just
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start trying to recruit people to the fake army, and when they get in, be like, "Oh, you thought this was the U.S. Army?
This is the Kiss Army.
This is the USA Army."
That would be great. Yeah, but like, yeah, he might just have or might just be his uncle's car. He's like, "Can I use the car? I don't have a car." He's like, "Just go get me smokes. Take my car." And then the uncle, who
That's a good point.
maybe took that car when he was in Japan and stole it from a family. That's why he drives it around. And he actually pushed it all the way over the ocean here. He didn't even put it in a boat. He just carried it on his back like a soldier.
That when you put it like that, I may have been the bad guy in this situation.
At this point, when you started, if that guy was there and not the young punk that was being mean, if that man was there, they wouldn't have to talk. A flying eagle would come in and take the right pack of smokes, just drop it to him, and Toby Keith would sing the type of cigarette.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would there would have, and he wouldn't have given a shit. He would have been like, back in my day, I used to kill people that look like you, and then he would have left. Like it would have been real quiet, real menacing. Old school tough guy. The Clint Eastwood goes in the jacket and pulls out a fake gun.
Oh yeah, I think more Gran Torino, but yes, I would definitely be in there. But like,
yeah.
Speaking of, good.
Well, then I decided to take my misery to the mall.
Oh, you were just having a day. Well, you didn't have a weapon on you, did you?
No. I just was like, I literally was like, if I go buy some pants that make me they like fit right and look good at all, you know what I mean?
I did that this week as well.
Was when you went to the mall, did somebody approach you?
I didn't go to the mall, but I went and bought pants.
Did they approach you and go, "Hey, would you like to join the sacred new covenant of something, something, something"?
No, actually, they said, "Wait, are you that guy on Jazz and AJ? I got recognized at the store."
Hell yeah,
and
dude!
No, I didn't like that buying pants. No.
Oh, you hear that gruff guy on Chaz and AJ? I
said no.
I like your style.
I said no. Thank you.
There was like a new Jehovah's Witness is what I experienced, and I just looked him in the eyes and was like, "Are you ready to talk about this? Because I'm ready to debate." And he
why
was
are
not
you
ready.
upset at Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah, bet. What part of I was looking for a fight?
Yeah, I don't get what the people you're trying to fight though. A man who served his country and a person who's found beliefs that they enjoy.
Man who served his country?
Honda Civic.
Hey, I heard you've been expelled from high school and have no fear.
You don't know any of that. He could be he could be like Purple Heart Jones.
Isn't that what that Bills player?
I don't know. That's what they used to call Wesley Snipes in the shower. I don't know. Purple Heart
That
Jones.
was great.
Yeah, thank you. I try my best. Sorry, Wesley Snipes. But wait, is he dead? R.I.P. Right?
No, Wesley's alive.
I thought he died like a year ago.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
A lot of people died. Bob Barker's dead. Smash Mouth is dead.
Yeah, you didn't name the biggest one.
No, there's a lot more. We talked about them. I just can't remember all of them. Rod, no, not Rod Stewart. The guy from Steely Dan. Or no, Dire Straits.
Wait, no, close. You're getting warmer with him.
I said
Jimmy
Bob Barker.
Buffett, dude.
Oh yeah, I don't like him.
Oh my God.
I hate. Oh, you're wearing a shirt like him. I don't. I never liked it. I got brought to a Jimmy Buffett concert one time. And it was a week after in the same venue. I went to a Wu-Tang and Rage concert. And I was so mad that different people were in the lawn seats where we were because at the Wu-Tang and Rage, we were picking up sod and slapping each other with it and breaking boards. At this one, we sat down and two men were sitting there in khaki shorts. And one goes, "This is the knife I used to cut peaches." And I'm like, "Where the fuck are we doing here? I don't want to be here." Peach
Come
cutting.
Monday, it'll be all right.
You can sing all the dumb songs you want. I
You
don't care
don't
about.
like Jimmy Buffett?
I don't like burgers. I don't like. I
You
don't like.
don't like a cheeseburger.
No, I don't like that song.
You don't like a cheeseburger.
Not in
You've never
paradise.
had a
If I'm
hard
in
day of
paradise,
swimming.
I'm gonna have a fucking beautiful meal, not a cheeseburger.
What is your definition of paradise? Because his was just like Miami, Florida.
Yeah, because he's trash.
Yeah.
He wasn't even the richest Buffett.
Hey Pat, I love you. So this may hurt, but just know I love you. But look around your place.
What?
You're who Jimmy Buffett was singing to.
No, because I don't like beach. I don't drink. I don't do any of those things.
You made the right choices, but if you had made certain other
No,
bad choices,
I'm
in
telling
your
you,
life,
all the stuff he
would've been a
liked, that was
parrot
never
head.
me. I never connected with any of his stuff.
Oh man,
I never liked it. Whenever I
You've never
heard it,
been.
I'm like, this is an overrated guy. I feel the same way about him as I do about Fish. I just think like people need something to follow. And
Yeah, I mean,
anything with the head, anything that its heads is dumb.
I wouldn't classify myself as a parrot head, but I would say I certainly enjoyed his music.
You also like that Chapin guy. You're a Chapin head.
I would classify myself as a Chapinite.
Is that what they call his house?
That's what I
the
call it.
luggage? Like the
That's why
luggage.
it's Samsonite Chapinite.
Yeah, I like that. I've got this Chapinite luggage. What's inside it? What was that? 8,000 potatoes. What was the fucking song? What was it potatoes? What was
30,000 pounds of bananas.
bananas? I'm sorry. I bought
It was
bananas.
just after dark when the hail truck started down the hill that led into Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Don't do it.
I didn't. You stopped me.
No, you did it.
Almost
And
did.
I just did a little dance. I was so mad.
Almost did. I go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I had nothing. I was mean,
What do you have coming up? Anything to look forward to? I know you said you had the show canceled, but anything big?
that one I canceled. So like this will probably come out the same day. I'll probably put it out tomorrow at some point when I'm back from the radio. But I'll be at Comics Roadhouse and the show with Frank on Thursday. Friday,
Nice.
I've got my first the show I've been putting on at a place in Derby. That'll be happening with my buddy Howie Mason, is real funny, another comic. So hopefully we pound out some tickets for that one because I can use them. I'm getting the door on that. So if we get extra money off that one, then I can make up for the Saturday.
You should accidentally misspell Howie Mason's name and just be like, sorry, all the billboards say Howie Mandel. It's a typo, guys.
No, because he can't. Howie Mandel cancels shows. Nobody will go now. So but and then the following week I've got two other shows that I'm putting on back to back. So it's a lot of the local area shit I'm just doing there. So
Very nice.
that's really it. Not too much craziness going on. That's why I started writing the thing. I kind of want to keep myself busier and find other avenues.
Yeah, keep it sharp.
I also it was twofold. Not to get too much detail about it or anything like that, but there was a reason I kind of ran away from all that stuff with the book and everything. And I was just like, I want to get over that. So let me just start writing again. I think it was like a therapeutic type thing for me. So to do that, I did a couple like therapy type like big steps for me the last week or so. A couple I won't talk about, but like just like not in therapy itself, but just like finally doing things that we've been talking about. Hey, just do this and get over this. It's been a really good. But the writing thing also is because I've been around the young comics so much because there's so many in Connecticut right now in Western Mass. There's so many young comedians, and they're all like kind of taking to me and realize that I'm going to help them out with stuff that I've just like, hey, this is it's almost like I was doing it year before COVID because there was a bunch of young comics. Those guys young comics aren't even around anymore. So I'm writing to a new group of people. So I figured just to help out that way because I think they're a little tired of me just running up to them after a show and grabbing them, going, "Do this." And they're like, "All right, relax. I don't know even know how to do that." So it's easier just to write it.
Yeah, and you don't. It's less direct too.
Yeah, I like it direct, but
I know you do, but it makes it easier if they want to seek the knowledge, they can go find it. As opposed to you burning your energy on people who aren't going to listen.
Yes, but I still don't mind. I'll burn my energy. Helps me sleep at night. I don't always burn my energy. Do you have
Here's
anything
a
else? Because
I
I'm tapped. I thought I had stuff, and I'm just like, I didn't look shit up. I didn't do whatever.
we can end with this. I thought we had Brandon too, which
So
he
that
would have
was
been
so everyone
talking
knows.
about.
Maybe we'll do another one like the end of the week or something like
Yeah,
that. But like Brandon Smith, we haven't seen in a long time, was supposed to come on, and we just thought we could throw him shit. Also, a lot of running around. I just wanted to see you and talk to you. So it's you know
yeah.
what, 40 minutes is fine. We say it's short and it's still fucking long.
Oh yeah. But I do have one thing to end on before
Yeah.
we get out of here, which is so I have a buddy, a good friend in high school. We kept in touch since then. You know what I mean? Checking on each other every few months or whatever. And I saw a couple of his posts were like real down.
Okay.
And he's the type of guy who never posts his emotions. You know what I mean? You can never read him. So I sent him a message and was like, "Hey man, you want to talk? Like everything cool?" And he was like, "I'm with people now. I'll talk to you later." And then he reached out and without giving all the dirty details of what he's going through, basically his wife cheated on him and is leaving him for another guy. And my question to you is, how long should I wait before I send him my Jamaica joke?
What, to make him laugh? Well, first of all, was the person a magician?
No, but
I think it would make him laugh. I think you do it right now. I think you send it
all
ASAP.
right. Okay, all right. I just don't want to be a dickhead and be like, I can feel your pain. Like that's not what I'm going for. I'm trying to
No, I think what he'll do is go, wow. I mean, I thought what happened to me was bad. This joke's terrible. And then he'll feel better.
Yeah. You know what? I did need a push to kill myself, and this joke was it. It's that bad. Yeah, I like it here.
Yeah, it's a good time. No, but like that sucks. But it's good that happened.
Yeah.
Because like if that's gonna happen to you, just get it gone, get out of your life and move forward. Then rather her just cheating the whole time and fucking staying with him, that would suck.
Yeah. Or finding out 10 years in, just because it's a 5-year marriage down the drain, you could have wasted a decade.
Yeah. And
My
you're old, but
advice,
then you're older and you can't hit on people anymore. Like
that's my point. Like, yeah, now he's young, he's a good looking, he still can get it.
I said that, and I don't hit on people ever, but like, but yeah, I think that'd be tough. But yeah, but more power to your buddy, and I would send him as many jokes as you can ASAP.
Yeah, most of my jokes, I don't know if he's ready for yet.
Have him read Mike O'Donnell's post. Did you see that one?
Yeah, that was very funny.
Mike O'Donnell,
Petty
guest of the show. Was that really from him? Is that really Mike's thing, or is that just from somebody else?
Oh, that was Mike 100%.
So Mike, I'm gonna paraphrase it and help me with this, but Mike O'Donnell, who we love on this fucking show, and is great. Somebody that he knows from like his past messages him. He's like somehow went out on a Tinder date and went somewhere, and this woman
It was like a
stole his
scammer's
money.
message.
Right.
Yeah.
But he went out and the person stole his money. So he had no way of getting home. And so he was hitting up his father, gave him some money, but not enough for the Uber to get back to wherever he had to be. And so he reached out to Mike going, is there any chance you can send me like $20, whatever? And Mike's response was, maybe you shouldn't have fucked my girlfriend like 10 years ago. And then now fucking, I think it's cool and ask me for money. Go fuck yourself. I hope your Uber driver drives to a lake or some shit, which is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Yeah. A lot of times I'm like, why am I friends with Mike? And then he does something like that. And I go, oh, that's why.
But the ball's on that guy.
Yeah. No, I'm guessing that account was hacked.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think the actual person messaged Mike. I think somebody hacked
I don't know. That's a
Facebook
lot
account,
of detail in that thing.
but it wasn't any detail about Mike. It was just a very sad sob story.
Yeah, but not one. I don't see. That's not to me. That wouldn't get me. Like, because you're an idiot who fucking tried to fuck some fake robot lady. I wouldn't give you money.
Oh
you
no,
need a better sob story.
Yeah.
That's a bad.
Didn't say it was a
story.
good scammer.
Yeah, that's a bad.
Be a
bot
better
story.
bot.
Yeah, so seriously. At this point, they are doing better. Bots used to just be porn stars that I recognize, and now bots are just like regular bitches, and they get like 3 or 4 pictures of like doing regular shit, and you're like, you still have no friends or whatever. You block him. You're like, for a second, you're like,
Almost. And
almost
then
got
you
me.
do see that one mutual, and you're like, God damn it, Avery Quinn, they got you again.
But for me, it's never Avery, but there's certain comics where it's always the same motherfucker.
I used Avery because it's never Avery. I didn't want to actually attack somebody.
You always like to use the guy who's in a good relationship that you're mad about.
I'm not mad at him at all.
Why do you project a wonderful man like Avery Quinn?
Do you have a very funny story? I made a joke to Nate Marshall. We were at a comedy club, and he was like,
former guest of the show.
Yeah, former guest of the show, Nate Marshall, from the area, knows Avery. And he was like, yeah, I don't want to be just another hacky something, something. I made a typical Avery Quinn joke. And he goes, dude, he just died. So, CPAT, I'm not the only person who confuses Anthony and Avery
By the
Quinn.
way, if we're doing this story, Nate Marshall, former guest of the show, Avery Quinn, former guest of the show, and then Dead Guy, former guest of the show. Anthony Quinn, right? That was his name.
Anthony Quinn, yeah, former guest of the show.
Saw a lot of comedians reaching out saying, they're sad that he's gone because they now can't do that show. Um, it's not how they worded it, but that's how I took it. So, Bobby, what do you got to plug?
I've got the Wicomico Civic Center Friday. I am fundraising for the class of 2024 somewhere Saturday in upstate Pennsylvania. Word on the street is Louis Popovic may be getting some time on one of those shows. So,
From Compound, Louis.
yeah, everybody.
Kind of former guest of the show, not really.
She lasted about 30 seconds.
It's fucking lost her shit. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
nice lady.
Yeah, no, that was a weird night. We learned that certain people don't know how to handle ball, but anyway, Luby overreacted. I missed that episode. I wish we could all be friends. I'm gonna kill myself. Pat, what do you got to plug?
Your murder or suicide. I hope it's sponsored by something. But it probably isn't. But and also if you want to go check out the article I wrote, and some of my old ones are on there anyway. The best way to find it is there's an app called Medium. If you just Google Pat Oates, comedy medium or something. I think put medium Pat Oates might be smaller than me. I don't know what that is. It would be wacky. It's a tinier Pat Oates. Well, if you go to any of my social media, I've shared all the links around there. It's mostly for comedians, but if you want to check it out, that's cool. Once again, as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Find us on the Patreon as well. POS podcast. We're dwindling. It's getting to the point where it's almost time to not have one anymore. But we can start it over. Like the fire behind Bobby, we can start a new fire of podcastian Patreonians and get over there. Also, I've put up about a couple shorts from like a couple clips from my thing at Stress Factory. So if you want to check that out, that's on my the YouTube page as well. Check that out. If you're around the Derby, Connecticut area, please, or for Friday, please come out to the show at Twisted Vine. If you go on my social media, you'll see links to that. And Bobby,
if you can't join them, beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah.